Has America's intelligence community just sounded the alarm over AI becoming the next digital nuclear weapon? After the Claude controversy involving Iran, is Washington now comparing artificial intelligence to nuclear weapons? Is China's AI breakthrough emerging as Tehran's new strategic trump card against the United States? The CIA chief has compared AI-powered cyber offensive capabilities to what he described as digital nuclear weapons. According to CIA Director John Ratcliffe, the rapid evolution of advanced AI models now mirrors the strategic significance once reserved for nuclear arsenals. Ratcliffe made the striking remarks while addressing an Amazon Web Services summit in Washington on June 30th. The CIA director also disclosed that discussions on so-called digital nuclear weapons have already reached the highest levels inside the White House. John Ratcliffe said, and I quote, "AI tools will only continue to raise the stakes in our competition with all of America's adversaries. It would not be misplaced to refer to their capabilities as akin to digital nuclear weapons." In conversations with many of the president's other national security and economic security advisors, we're talking about the impact of these frontier AI models. End quote. The warning over advanced AI systems comes amid a recent confrontation between Anthropic and the Trump administration. Earlier in June 2026, the Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance also warned that artificial intelligence could fundamentally reshape the global technology race. Rapid breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, including AI-assisted hacking tools, have heightened fears of a new era of cyber warfare. The Five Eyes Alliance warned that AI could dramatically transform both offensive and defensive cyber capabilities, according to RT. The CIA chief also warned that the global AI race could intensify strategic competition with America's principal adversaries. China's DeepSeek shook global AI markets after unveiling models that many claimed outperformed offerings from several American firms. Ratcliffe alleged that rival nations are actively attempting to steal and manipulate cutting-edge American AI models. The CIA chief warned that competing nations are exploiting US AI breakthroughs for their own strategic advantage and geopolitical gains. To counter China's rapid AI advances, the CIA said the United States has accelerated investment in its own emerging technologies. Washington reportedly views the accelerating AI capabilities of rival nations as a growing challenge to America's technological leadership. On June 30th, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi held a phone call with his American counterpart, using the conversation to set out Beijing's expectations for how the relationship should be managed in the months ahead. According to the Chinese readout, Wang Yi explicitly urged the United States to handle Taiwan with utmost caution, underlining that any misstep on the issue could have far-reaching consequences for bilateral ties. He also stressed that both the US and China need to stay on course to maintain a relationship of strategic stability, suggesting that managing competition without sliding into conflict remains a priority for Beijing. Wang Yi said, and I quote, "Building a constructive relationship of strategic stability is not just a slogan. It requires action, moving towards each other and persistent efforts. To this end, both sides should lengthen their cooperation list, create more positive agendas, while simultaneously reducing their list of issues and managing various risks and hidden dangers. The Taiwan issue has far-reaching implications. We hope the US will treat Taiwan-related affairs with utmost caution." Both sides agreed that the call between the two foreign ministers was positive and constructive, and agreed to work together to implement the important consensus reached by the two heads of state and continue to maintain communication in a flexible manner. End quote. Notably, this marks the second time in a short span that China has urged the US to exercise special caution on Taiwan, reinforcing the sense that Beijing is drawing a firm line and repeating its warnings intentionally. In an earlier bilateral meeting, Xi Jinping personally warned Donald Trump against backing Taiwan in ways that challenge the One China principle, making clear that such moves would be seen as direct interference in China's internal affairs. Xi is reported to have cautioned that if the US acts on certain interests in Taiwan, particularly those seen as promoting independence or deeper military ties, it could risk triggering a direct conflict between the two major powers. For the first time, Taipei used its US-supplied HIMARS systems to fire toward the contested Taiwan Strait, marking a new milestone in how openly it trains with American kit. The live-fire exercise simulated full-scale invasion scenarios, giving Taiwanese crews a chance to rehearse counterattack options they would use if Chinese forces crossed the strait. Reports say the drill involved multiple HIMARS salvos fired into designated zones inside the Taiwan Strait, mimicking how barrages might be used to break up an incoming assault. The Lockheed-made HIMARS launchers have quickly become a key piece of Taiwan's arsenal, seen by officials as a central tool for blunting any first wave of a Chinese attack. Taiwanese troops reportedly practiced classic shoot-and-scoot tactics, firing rockets and then rapidly relocating the launchers to avoid being hunted by PLA missiles. Meanwhile, China stepped up its strategic messaging with another major show of military and technological strength on June 29. China has released new footage marking 10 years of the Y-20 strategic airlifter program. The video also offers a closer look at the YY-20 aerial refueling tanker supporting China's long-range air power. The YY-20 was developed to greatly expand the operational range of China's bombers, fighters, and support aircraft. The tanker is capable of refueling H-6 bombers, J-20 stealth fighters, and KJ-500 airborne early warning aircraft. Beijing views the YY-20 as a critical enabler of long-distance strategic operations. The footage shows a YY-20 operating alongside the H-6N nuclear-capable bomber, according to reports. The H-6N is designed to carry long-range nuclear-capable ballistic missiles as part of China's nuclear triad. Analysts say the bomber depends heavily on the YY-20 to reach strike positions much farther from Chinese territory. Reports say the missile carried by the H-6N could reach much of the U.S. mainland if launched from the mid-Pacific. Aerial refueling allows the bomber to operate far beyond its original theater-level combat range. The new footage highlights how the YY-20 has become central to China's evolving long-range strike strategy. Analysts say it also reflects Beijing's growing investment in strengthening its strategic deterrence against the United States.